A soliloquy for the digital age. To scroll or not to scroll? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer, the endless feed of curated joy, or to take arms against a sea of notifications, and by opposing, mute them? To tap, to swipe, no more, and by a swipe to say we end. The fear of missing out, and the thousand fleeting shocks that digital self is heir to? 'Tis a consummation, devoutly to be wished. To tap, to swipe, perchance to post. Aye, there's the rub. For in that endless stream, what judgment comes, when we have bared our souls, though pixel thin, must give us pause. There's the respect, that makes algorithms of so long a life. For who would bear the trending hate of feeds, the troll's sharp wit, the proud influencer's sneer, the pangs of filtered smiles, the public's gaze, the insolence of bots, and the spurns, that quiet merit of the unseen takes, when he himself might his likes pursue, with but a humble caption? Who would Wi-Fi bear, to scroll and sweat under a weary screen, but that the dread of something after offline, the disconnected world, from whose silent bourne no viral trend returns, puzzles the will, and makes us rather bear these links we have, than fly to others that we know not of? The screen time does make cowards of us all, and thus the native hue of true connection, the sicklied ore with the pale cast of bandwidth, and enterprises of great reach and moment, with disregard their signals turn awry, and lose the name of authentic action. Soft you now, the glowing screen? O app in thy updates, be all my privacy remembered. This soliloquy is a modern-day take on Hamlet's famous speech, replacing his contemplation of life and death with a reflection on the anxieties of the digital age. It mirrors the original structure and themes, but through the lens of social media and online life. Descriptive summary. The monologue begins with a direct parallel to Hamlet's core question, to scroll or not to scroll. This establishes the central conflict, the choice between engaging with the digital world and disconnecting from it. The speaker describes the pain of online life as the endless feed of curated joy, and the constant sea of notifications, which are the modern equivalent of Hamlet's slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. He sees a potential escape in simply muting or swiping away this digital noise, finding a kind of peace by ending the fear of missing out, FOMO. This, consummation devoutly to be wished, is the longing for an authentic, screen-free existence. However, a great fear gives him pause, the consequences of engaging with the online world. He worries about the judgment that comes from sharing his pixel-thin soul and the toxic nature of public opinion. The trending hate, troll's sharp wit, and proud influencers' sneer. This fear of online judgment makes him, and by extension all of us, endure the digital pains we know, rather than face the undiscovered country of being truly offline. In the end, he concludes that this dread of a disconnected world makes us all cowards. The potential for genuine connection is sicklied o'er by the anxieties of bandwidth and online performance. The speaker, paralyzed by this contemplation, is ultimately pulled back into his digital reality by the sight of the glowing screen, much as Hamlet was by Ophelia.